tuning into Jam TV. If you're not part of the family, it's never too late. Go ahead and smash that sub button and that notification bell. And if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. So as you guys know, I was in a girls group called J3. I had mentioned that in the last video I did. We had almost got a record deal and we were so close. And if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and click that video and watch what happened with J3. But in case if you guys didn't know, I have been singing since the age of 15. Arranging songs, writing songs. Doing this allowed me to express my feelings and whatever situation I was feeling in, it helped me cope with it. So that's how I started into music, and that's how I became who I am today, J Cass. But what we're gonna talk about is Disney. Right after J3 split up and I started going by my solo name, Jessica Cassidy, my music got into the hands of Disney. At that time, I had made a new song by myself, did the vocals by myself, arranged everything, did the falsetto, the alto, the soprano notes, all of the arrangements I did. And it was kind of different because when I was in that group, I felt like I had a team. So it was like hard for me to cope with it at first, but I was able to do it, and I learned to start singing by myself and doing all my background arrangements and doing all my vocals and changing my voice around so it could give it a dynamic. So I had this song called I'm Feeling You, which became really big on the radio station out here in Houston called Party 104.9. They were playing the song, it was doing really good, and that particular song got in the hands of Disney. But let's check out the song first. That particular song got in the hands of Disney, and they gave my father a call because on all my demos I had to reach Jessica Cassidy, contact manager at such and such and so and so. So we get the call. My dad answers, it's Radio Disney. They said, we love your daughter's new song, I'm Feeling You. We love her look, we love her image. Can we set up a meeting? So my dad said, sure. So we set up the meeting at Radio Disney. In case you guys don't know, there is Radio Disney stations all across the United States. Every state has a Radio Disney channel. So we go to the one here in Houston. We sit down at this rectangle table, this long executive looking table. And the lady asks me, she goes, how old are you? And at that time, Jammers, I was getting ready to turn 18 years old. I'm like a senior in high school. I'm ready for college. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to branch off. I'm ready to be an adult. So they find out that I'm 18 years old. They're like, oh, you don't look nothing 18. You look like you're 15. And they said, would you be willing to be a Radio Disney artist and tell people that you're 15 years old and change up the makeup a little bit, hardly wear any makeup, and just portray that you're 15? And they told me that I would have to stop hanging out with my friends. They basically told me that I couldn't do anything that an 18-year-old would do. I would have to completely change my mindset and go back to being 15 again. Change the way I dress, change everything, dress like a 15-year-old. So I thought about it and I was like, let me try it out. Let me see how it feels. Let me see if I can do it. At first I was like, no, Dad, I am gonna be 18 years old and I gotta go back to 15 when I used to play with my dolls and things like that. And I was innocent at 15. Like, my mind was in a different place. I was all about playing basketball and running, and I wasn't into any guys, or I wasn't into anything at that time in my life. I was just 15 years old, you know, just becoming into my womanhood, like had my quinceañera and everything. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go back to being 15. So I started in my mind thinking about all the things that I used to do at 15. And like I said, I used to play with my dolls and I used to just play sports. That's all I did. So I said, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out. So I went and did a show for Radio Disney. They told me to wear a Disney shirt. They told me light on the makeup. They told me do your songs that you do and you're gonna be performing for preteens and children and some teens as well. So Jammers, I'm having to go out to this show and perform as a 15-year-old. So I went ahead and tried it. I had my Disney shirt on and I sang all of my songs. I had about 5 songs. I'm Feeling You, Sorry, Dangerous Games, and a couple other ones that I did. And the kids loved it. They love the music, they love the sound, but I didn't feel in my heart that portraying as somebody that I'm not, and continuously going and going and going and going, like how much longer I could continuously tell people, hey, I'm 15 years old, and then I'm turned 19, and then I'm 20, and I'm still having to act like 16 or 17. So after I did the show, I really enjoyed seeing all the kids and signing autographs and talking to them and them looking up to me, but I felt in my heart that it just wasn't right that I had to portray myself as a 15-year-old when I'm getting ready to turn 18 years old and go to college. Like, how was I going to lie about going to college at 15? Like, how was I gonna do that? Because I went to St. Peter's College in Jersey City, New Jersey, a private Catholic school, and I got into the gospel choir, and that's a whole nother story within itself. But how was I going to portray an image of a 18-year-old going to college, but I'm 15? So I tried that out. I did a couple shows with Disney, a couple months worth in, and finally I was just like, Mom, Dad, I just don't feel right. I don't feel good that I'm having to live this image and be this person that I'm not. Like, I can't hang out with my friends anymore. I can't do things that 18-year-olds do, whether it's go to an 18-year-old club or not. Like, I couldn't even be myself and grow as an 18-year-old and become independent. Like, I had to revert. And that's one thing that I didn't like, is that they wanted to confine me into a younger girl so I can reach the children and the preteen audience, when I think that at 18 I could have done the same thing if I just kept it real. I could have been like a role model that they looked up to at 18, going to college, had a scholarship. I just felt that Disney handled it all the wrong way. So when they wanted to sign me, I had to pass on that, jammers. Now you guys let me know if you think that I should have portrayed it that I was 15 and continued and maybe not gone to college and maybe did college online or whatnot so I could portray that I'm this 15-year-old. Or if you think I did the right thing to step up and say, look, I gotta be myself, I gotta be who I am, and I cannot portray a person that I'm not. They also wanted me to stop getting my songs played on the top 40 radio stations. They wanted me to stop doing interviews on the hip hop, R&B stations. They just wanted my music on children radio station channels. And I felt like that was taking away from me growing up and becoming a big international artist. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have done this where they started off, and I know a lot of people have lied about their age. It's been done so much, it's still being done nowadays. But to say I'm 15 when I'm 18, now I can understand if I'm like 27, right? And they're like, just say you're 21. Okay, I'm still in my 20s. But 15, minor, 18, not a minor. So two different things. And I didn't want to just put people in harm's way, because people could be like, oh, they're hanging around a minor. Like, what is that about? Or I just didn't think it was right, jammers. I just didn't feel right. I didn't like it. I didn't like that I couldn't get my songs played on the major radio stations. I didn't like that I had to change the way I wore clothes. I felt like I was in this bubble and I felt trapped. And my parents didn't like it either. They didn't like the fact that I had to change who I was. They felt like I looked young, I fit the part. Why not she be a role model for the kids? And the kids can see that I'm going to college and I'm excelling in school. Like, I felt like that was a better look for me. And I just decided to pass on the deal, jammers. Now, I could have probably taken the deal and then I don't know where I would be at this point. But I mean, I know Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, they started the Disney route. Now, I don't know if they lied about their age, but my particular situation, they wanted me to lie about my age and lie about everything and not let people know that I was getting ready to go to college. In fact, they wanted me to hang around 15-year-olds or younger kids, and it was just really awkward for me. So jammers, just let me know what y'all think. Did I make a mistake? Did I pass up on a good deal? Should I stay? Should I have not? I just wanted to be myself. I just wanted to express myself. I didn't want to worry about, oh my gosh, I can't put this particular thing in my song even though I'm going through it because I got to reach a 15-year-old crowd. And also, jammers, they also wanted to provide a writer for me. And I didn't like that. Like, I like to write my own music, which I do. I write all of my music, I arrange it. I like to have that control over my craft. And they wanted to change that. They wanted to change the whole appearance of who I was. That's no way to live. That's a fake imposter, and that's not who I wanted to be. So let me know what you think. And jammers, if you haven't gotten Babe's Carbon Monoxide album, you can get it on all streaming sites such as iTunes. And jammers, and if you haven't gotten your Jam TV shirt, joggers, socks, face mask, onesies, you can go ahead and get it now. Go to my website at jcastmusic.com, click the merchandise button, and you'll see all our Jam TV merchandise. And we appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you for listening to us and following us and watching all of our stories. We appreciate you guys. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye, jammers.